señor Charan Anand habla inglés, así que haremos la entrevista en inglés usando una traducción simultánea para nuestra distinguida audiencia. Mr. Charan Anand, welcome to this interview and thank you very much for accepting this conversation.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you.
Thank you very much. Let's begin knowing a little bit about when and why did you left your country for the first time?
When and why?
Why did you left your country for the first time?
You know, when I found this beautiful message, first time in Delhi, I was 18 and I heard about this message of peace. And I got really more interested in that. And I took it very seriously to my heart and I started living my life very happily and peacefully. And then I had this wonderful opportunity to start telling people about this peace and happiness and living this life beautifully well to my family members, then friends, and then started telling other people. And then Prem sent me to England with his message of peace in 1969.
1969?
Yeah, and he was, I think, around 10 years old at that time.
You were only 10.
So I was very happy to come to England with his beautiful message.
Wow, that's wonderful. And since then, you have been traveling the world to how many countries spreading this message of peace?
I don't remember how many countries, but I have been all over Europe, America, South America, Pacific, Africa, India, and
all the 5 continents.
Yeah, all these continents.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I am so thankful that his message is so inspiring to me, and wherever I go and people listen, and I find that all human beings are really looking for something real and reliable in their life. And I know when he talks about the inner peace, I can feel that inside my heart, that there is a source of inner peace. We were born with it. We were in that peaceful, beautiful feeling when we were little children. But then as we grew older, we lost our connection. And now we are in our head thinking about this and doing this and that. And it's okay and very important to learn about, things in this world, how to drive a car, how to do, your business and your, all kinds of things. We have universities and we have college, everything. But there's one thing I can see from my own experience that is missing in human life, and that is to really come back to the heart. Because most of the time, from morning till evening, we are just here thinking about this, worrying about this, doing this and that. And then people don't know how to come back here. I did not know that.
Exactly,
but
because
now I know.
They do not teach that in the schools, right?
Yeah, that's what it is, that in schools, in universities, our teachers and professors teach about so many important subjects.
Uh-huh.
But this one very important subject, I never heard anywhere. And that's why I call myself still as a student, even though physically I'm 83.
You are 83?
Yeah, but I look at myself as a student of life. And to me, life is so precious.
Yeah.
Life is sublime. Let's appreciate this gift while we have the time.
Exactly.
This is the most important lesson I'm learning in my life, being a student of the University of the Life.
That's a gorgeous knowledge. That's a very wise knowledge, isn't it?
It is. And one thing I tell you, and this is my experience because I have been in this world for many years. And what Prem says is so true, that from his childhood he has been reminding people, live this life happily and consciously. And now he's making it more clear. Live this life with dignity, peace, and prosperity.
That's Prem's Rawat's
Prem
message.
Rao's message, and I'm very inspired by his message, and I'm traveling around the world to promote this message. And I know that something is missing, even though we have more educated people today than ever before. We have technology, we have all the physical comforts all around the world, more or less. But people are still not happy. Why? Because we are not connected to the source of happiness. We are connected to our ideas and concepts and this and that and that. But we have, as grown-up people, lost the connection to the source of happiness inside. And one thing is so true, that today we have everything. We can convert all the houses into charity homes. We can have more and more schools and colleges and universities and hospitals at every corner of this earth. We can do that. But until a human being finds one's true self, like Socrates said, know thyself, no one can be truly happy. It doesn't matter how much education we acquire, how much wealth and name and fame and power we have. Inside, people I have seen, they feel empty.
Right.
And this emptiness cannot be filled with ideas. We have to come back to the source of happiness, and that source is within. Ideas are here, but source of happiness, as he reminds, and I can feel it, is inside our heart.
In your heart.
In my heart, in your heart, in everyone's
Everybody's
heart. But no one talks about that.
It's
and
true.
Of course, our leaders talk about peace, and so many people talk about peace. But Prem not only talks about the peace, but he always says, I can really put you in touch with the peace that's already inside you. Peace is not an idea that we have to create or a philosophy. It's an experience. Like say, he gives one example.
Please.
When we are hungry, we go to a restaurant and we read the menus and this food and we order all these things. And then we wait for the real food, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And when we start eating, we
Yes.
don't repeat food. We start enjoying. Same thing, where the words end, there the experience begins. Where all the philosophies and all the religious ideas, all the concepts end, there the experience of peace begins. So we have to understand that there is vast difference between saying food and eating it. Saying water and drinking it. And saying peace and really feeling it. Because peace is not a word, or like he says, not that all. Peace is an experience. Yes. And that experience is not somewhere sitting there. It's the very nature of our own true existence, true self. Like one example I give, that when we sit near a burning fire, we naturally feel heat. Exactly. Why? Because that's the nature of fire.
Right.
And as long as fire is there, heat will be there. We can't separate it. So as long as we are alive, the nature of our inner self is peace, happiness, love, contentment. And when we were little children, we were in touch with that. We were not here, we were here.
Right.
You can look at the babies.
And the babies, and little
smiling.
children.
I have some photos, some really babies. Mm-hmm. Eyes are closed and they are smiling. Why? Because their consciousness, their awareness is here, not here. Yes, we need this, but we also need to learn how to come from here to here. And that's what makes Prem's message very special. That he not only talks about the inner peace, he really shows people a way how to come from here to here. And he has shown me, and I'm in peace anywhere, everywhere I am. Some people say, how is going to bring peace in the world? I said, for me, he has brought the peace. Wherever I go, I am in peace. I was in Colombia, Ecuador, in Miami, here, and I just feel so happy to be alive and being connected to that source of happiness and peace within myself.
Thank you very much for the message, really, indeed. And here in Mexico, how are you enjoying?
I enjoy so much. This is my first time that from Cancun, I went to Veracruz, and then another city, and then a few days ago I was coming to Mexico City by bus, and I saw the beautiful hills and mountains, and this country is so beautiful, and people are beautiful, I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you. They are open to listen. That's one thing I can see in South America. Wherever I go, I went to Colombia and went to Lima and Argentina, everywhere. People are open to learn, and they really want to learn and find out a little bit more about this life. That yes, we need technology, we need science, we need all the material developments, but we also need to find the source of true happiness, which is real and reliable. Because nothing is real and reliable in this world. Anything
Right.
can change.
Everything is
And
relative.
in the world of change, we look for here and there, and we find those things still not feeling good.
Right.
Because there is no substitute for food. Water can quench our thirst, but water cannot satisfy our hunger. It's only the food
Right.
that satisfies our hunger. And food cannot quench our thirst. See?
Right.
How in this creation, everything is designed so precisely. Like sleep. We need sleep.
Yes, I do.
There's no substitute for sleep. But sleep brings rest. But sleep can't solve our problems. See? So everything is precisely designed in this creation. There's one more thing that in the universities and colleges they don't really talk about, and that is appreciate this gift of life.
Exactly.
Appreciate the love and care of the parents and friends and teachers. We need that. That is our foundation. Self-knowledge is our foundation. And I tell one story which makes sense. That there was a man who wanted to have a similar house built as his neighbor had, four-story house. So he called
Four-story house.
Four-story. So he called a builder and said, "Could you please build a house for me like that? My friend has." He said, "Sure." So how much will it cost? So the builder gave him estimate. This much for foundation, this much for the first and second and third, then you will have the fourth floor. So the man said, "You know what? It looks so expensive. I don't have that much money." So the builder said, "But sir, if you want to have four-story house, you have to spend that much." And the man said, "I'm really interested only on the fourth floor. I'm not interested in the foundation, first and second and third. So please build fourth floor for me."
Okay.
So the builder started laughing. He said, "My friend, there is no shortcut."
Exactly.
Same thing in life. We want to be happy, we want to be prosperous, we want to be really successful in this world, but we don't pay attention to the foundation. And foundation has to be solid. All the tall buildings everywhere are there because of the foundation. All these big trees are there because of the foundation, the root.
Exactly.
So our body is just like a tree, you can say that. But there we need to know the foundation. The foundation is invisible. Eyes cannot see the foundation of any building.
Right.
Eyes cannot see the root of any tree. But intellectually we know that there is a root that keeps this tree alive. There is a foundation for each building that keeps them together. There is a foundation for this body. And Prem talks about that. And this foundation is one breath in and one breath out. This breath is not created by our parents or our scientists or doctors or engineers.
No.
It is the gift of the divine. It is the gift of the Creator. But we don't pay attention to this. We listen to this and get confused and in violence, and my ideas are better than yours. And Prem said, okay, you keep your ideas, but please learn how to come back here. This is your foundation. To love this life, appreciate this beautiful existence, and have love and respect for parents and friends and teachers, and enjoy the company of these beautiful children. The Prime Minister of Nehru, the first Prime Minister, used to spend 1 hour every Sunday with children.
Wow.
Really, and some press reporters say, why do you spend so much time with children? You are a Prime Minister. He said, when I am with children, I feel so simple, so humble.
Exactly.
And
with
so
joy.
fresh. Because they are in touch with the simplicity of life.
Right.
And in simple lies sublime, not in complications.
Right.
So
It's true.
his message is simple yet very profound, and it's for all human beings. It never comes from any books or philosophy. His message comes from his heart. From his childhood, ever since he was 4 years old, he began to talking to people about this, live this life happily and consciously. And now he's grown up, father of 4 beautiful children, and he travels around the world. Right now he's speaking in Madrid.
Wow.
Yeah,
So he's speaking in Madrid,
I know this kind.
and Charan is speaking
And,
here in Mexico.
and he loves to come to Mexico. He loves to go to other countries. And people are really finding his message very inspiring and very meaningful. And so, and not this amazing thing I look at and I feel his kindness, that not only that he speaks to the leaders in European countries and here and there, but he goes to speak to the inmates, the prisoners who are behind 4 walls. And he said, okay, whatever they have done, but they are still alive. They need to learn to appreciate this beautiful gift of life and enjoy and find their fulfillment while they are in that place.
And Charan, traveling all around the world, for example, you have just told us about Colombia, Peru, now in Mexico. Behind all this work, there's teamwork, isn't it? This global outcome needs some teamwork. Which is your team?
My teamwork is to just be with all of you and share this inspiration to live this life with dignity, peace, and happiness. Because if you are happy, your parents will be happy, your friends will be happy, and whatever you do, you will enjoy doing it. Sometimes people say, oh, so it is selfish. It's not selfish. When we are hungry, we need to eat. That's not selfish thing.
No.
When we are tired, we need to go to sleep. That's not selfish thing. If I'm a beggar and I want to make a large donation, can it be possible?
Not
No.
at all.
If my cup is empty, how can I fill other empty cups? If I am blind, how can I help other blinds to walk smoothly? If my lamp is not lit, how can I help other unlit lamps? So he always says to live this life happily and consciously with dignity, peace, and prosperity. And that's, I share everywhere, and I see the teamwork like here right now. We are sitting, both of us, because of the teamwork. Someone came here, put the cameras on this and this. Teamwork is extremely important. But teamwork of the beautiful people, not the people who kill each other. They also have teams. Oh,
That's right.
They also have teams. But what do those teams do? You can just see that. Their parents don't like that. Every mother and father want to see their children really happy, healthy, and enjoying life. That's the nature of parents. But when the children grow up, when they grew up and they get involved into different companies, and then each company gives its own impression. I was 18 when people invited me to listen to this message. And I'm so happy that someone really made that effort to invite me to listen. And here I am, enjoying life everywhere and inspiring my fellow human beings. You can.
Charan, tell us about your interest in music.
My music?
Yes.
My music, again, comes from the heart. I like the music that inspires me to appreciate and enjoy this gift of life. And there I have we have so many beautiful songs in India written by great, great people.
Poets.
So many. And one of my song is, again, this is life is so precious, life is sublime. Let's appreciate this gift while we have the time.
Please tell us that
This
song
is
again.
a part of my
Yes.
one song.
It's yours?
Yeah, it is mine.
Tell us again, please, please.
Life is so precious.
Life is so
Life
precious.
is sublime.
Life is a line.
Appreciate this gift
Appreciate
while
this
we
gift.
have the time.
Well, we have the time.
But there are so many
Wonderful.
songs, you know. I like music. I like sport. I used to play tennis a lot. I do my yoga. Now I play golf.
Golf.
I play really
Where do
well.
you play golf at?
I started learning in America, and now I play everywhere I go. And hopefully I will find someone to take me to the golf course here in Mexico.
We have plenty.
So I'm going to
So,
definitely meet
Who wants
some
to play
beautiful
golf
people.
with Charan?
And I want to do something for the children here in Mexico. There are many beautiful children, you know.
Yes.
I said to these rich people, take care of yourself, take care of your family, but if you have extra, please take care of these poor children in the world. If you don't do that, one day empty-handed we came in this world, and empty-handed we are going to leave. So use whatever you have, whatever resources you have for the noblest cause, because that will bring joy to us and joy to other people.
Charan, thank you. Thank you very much for this
Thank you.
experience.
Thank you.
We are really, really grateful and very lucky to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much
for
everybody.
inviting.
Thank you.
So, one thing, please don't go for the fourth floor. Go for the foundation first. More solid the foundation, happier life.
Thank you.